Are we supposed to do all the grammar exercises in the book? Of course not. So, how to choose the appropriate grammar exercises? Well, in each grammar lesson, there are numerous exercises in the book. So, which ones to do per lesson? We have to take into consideration the kind of exercises and the number of exercises. Let's say the lesson is on common and proper nouns. So the kind is to choose the exercises that are qualitative, not quantitative, which means one exercise is on circle the common nouns and underline the proper nouns. Another exercise, underline the common nouns and categorize them in the following table: people, animal, places, things, etc. Another exercise on error analysis, where the students have to correct whether it's a proper noun, they have to capitalize it, or they have to write in lowercase the common nouns. This is qualitative. They all hit the same objective, which is differentiating between common and proper nouns, but in different ways. How many exercises? Let's say that the same teacher is teaching grade 4A and grade 4B. How many exercises to do per class? Well, it depends on when the students reach their learning objectives. If the student in grade 4A, for example, worked on 3 or 4 grammar exercises and they reach the learning outcome, they know by now how to differentiate between common noun and proper nouns. The teacher has to stop the grammar exercises and move to the application. If, for example, grade 4B needs more exercises to reach the learning outcome, let's say 6 or 7 exercises, then the teacher needs to offer them more practice until they reach the learning outcome, which is differentiate between common nouns and proper nouns. Who decides? Is it the book, the teacher, the coordinator, the students? Well, the most important thing is to take into consideration the students' level and when they are going to meet the learning outcomes. So the teacher and the coordinator will use the book to the advantage of the students and choose qualitatively the exercises and only the number that leads the students to reach the learning outcome. Otherwise, it would be a waste of time for the teacher and for the student. A good tip also is every 2 weeks, for example, give the students an exercise where they have to review previous grammar lesson just to keep them on track. After the explanation of the lesson, the students are practicing different grammar exercises to reach the learning outcome. Then they need to use the grammar lesson in speaking or writing activities. And here comes the role of the teacher to integrate the grammar lesson into various writing and speaking activities. For example, the students could be asked to write a narrative paragraph, including the following characters: a boy, a girl, and a dog. They need to give them names and say where they went, what they did, what problem they faced, and how they solved the problem. In the speaking activity, students can be working in pairs and they can develop a dialogue talking about what they did over the weekend, where they went with their parents and friends, what they did, and give names and the people they met, what they bought, etc. The most important thing is to adequately choose the grammar exercises in order to save time for the appropriate activities, and students then will have more time during the session to practice the grammar lesson by giving them the appropriate writing and speaking activities to use the grammar lesson in speaking and writing. Because, as you know, there are many students who reach university and they have lots of trouble writing properly and speaking properly, using poorly the grammar rules that they learned at school. If you would like to have more tips on how to integrate various grammar lessons into speaking and writing activities, don't hesitate to contact me. You can also follow me on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and web.